Welcome to episode 2 of Region 10 Live News. My name is David Corcoran, and it is a pleasure tonight to bring you news around Region 10. Tonight we've got new contest rules, winter events, a special inspirational message, our first guest interview, and some other cultural highlights. So let's jump straight into tonight's news, starting with some new contest rulebook updates for 2025-2026. So these affect the speech contest rulebook and are effective since the 1st of July. What are we talking about? We're talking about the video speech contest is discontinued after the 24-25 year. District contests may now be held either at the annual district conference or at the October-November event. The international speech contest must still take place at the annual conference. Online speech contests may be scheduled separately to accommodate full online participation. Contest officials and judges must be physically present except for online contests. So, of course, check up on those changes because more changes also apply. Please check the rule book for more details. Let's now move to Barcelona 2025, your moment to shine. There is exciting news just in from Toastmasters District 107. So get ready to mark your calendars before the Fall Summit 2025. It's coming to Barcelona on November 22 and 23. They will gather leaders and communicators from all over Europe for 2 days of inspiration and connection. The event is set right on the Mediterranean coast. And on Friday, the 21st of November, they're hosting exclusive cultural activities in the heart of the city for everyone who arrives early. Saturday night, when it rolls around, you can get ready to sparkle at the special gala celebration. The dress code is all about shining accessories, so let your personality and your jewelry light up the room. Tickets are selling fast. Packages begin at €130 for the full early bird experience, including the gala, priced at €175. And spaces are limited, so please do not wait. To register, visit TM District 107, and the QR code will show up soon. Our second winter event is in Lugano with District 109. Next month, the newly crowned 2025 World Champion of Public Speaking, Sabyasachi Sengupta, will be headlining a special one-day conference in Lugano called WinterCon 2025. Again, on Saturday, November 22, Sengupta will share the journey and techniques that took him to the top. This is a unique session where he'll be joined by his own coach, John Zimmer, to pull back the curtain on what it takes to deliver a world-class speech. The keynote will be delivered by Fuzi Gotoako, a dynamic speaker and multi-time finalist himself. There'll be an evening buffet dinner, a surprise mystery event, and early bird tickets are from 60 Swiss francs, and regular admission is for 70 Swiss francs, and info and registration can be gained from district109.org/WinterCon. Tickets are on sale now with a special early bird rate, so do look into those for people who register. Finally, let's celebrate a newly chartered club in Germany. We now have a short video.
Sehr geehrte Toastmasters, vor wenigen Minuten haben wir hier in Schweinfurt die Dokumente unterschrieben und den ersten Schweinfurt Toastmasters Club gegründet. Ihr seid herzlich eingeladen, kommt vorbei, Schweinfurt Toastmasters. Wir freuen uns.
Wow, congratulations there to Schweinfurt in Germany for that club, new club founding. And if you are charting a club, a newly chartered club, let us know because we'd like to share and celebrate your success on this channel, this Region 10 Live News. So anywhere in Region 10, newly chartered clubs, let's look out. We'd now like to invite a moment of inspiration and an inspirational message given by one of our Region 10 members. And I'd like to now introduce Lutz Riehl. Lutz Riehl has been a Toastmaster since 2018, and he is a member of 3 clubs. He is a 6-time District 95 champion across multiple categories, and has been president for 2 of his clubs. Outside of Toastmasters, Lutz is a university professor, has given a TEDx speech in Essen in November 2024, and is also an organist, singer, and conductor of a small choir. Lutz Riel, the stage is yours.
If we say yes to life, life will say yes to us. This would be my answer if you ask me for the most important lesson I've ever learned. If we say yes to life, life will say yes to us. Fellow Toastmasters, my friends, to explain that, let me tell you a little bit about my person. I was born nearly blind. Today, I have an eyesight about 5 to 10%. In spite of that challenge, I could finish a regular school and the university. That may sound too easy. And right, through the first 3 decades of my life, another word was also very important. No. Starting in my childhood, continuing during my school time, up to my job search, there was always one person who said, "You are nearly blind. You will never reach your goals." No. But there were 2 people who always believed in me. My parents. My father, who died in January this year, often said to me, "Have no fear. Yes, you can." Even 25 years before Barack Obama. He could say that because he and my mother decided to say yes to me, my disability, and all the sorrows connected with it. This was not easy for them. And if you are interested to hear the whole story, please join my TEDx speech on YouTube. It's called Yes, a Philosophy of Shaping a Life. This yes my parents spoke to me gave me the motivation to finish school, doing musicological studies, including the PhD, and to become a musician, and last but not least, a Toastmaster. But in 2023, I was hit by another low punch. In a period of 3 days, I had a complete hearing loss at my left side. No ear doctor had an idea why that happened and how to solve that problem. And today, I'm half deaf and have to use these hearing aids. Why? I always asked that time, are the problems with the eyes not enough? Why now the ears? But finally I had to recognize, if you can't change the situation, say yes, accept it, say yes to yourself. And I had a look on the composer Ludwig van Beethoven and the Austrian singer-songwriter Udo Jürgens. Both had big trouble with their ears, and both get great musicians. There's no reason to despair, because if we say yes to life, life will say yes to us. I connected these experiences and put it into a German contest speech, and I reached the first place at this year's district conference in District 95. Fellow Toastmasters, my friends, I wish you all having this wonderful experience to say yes to yourself. But yes is always a balance of get and give. Share this yes with other people to help them to believe in themselves. Because if we say yes to life, life will say yes to us. Back to you.
Wow. Lutz, thank you so much for sharing this inspirational story and this message. And I'm having goosebumps for you. And your words are really hitting home. I have a couple of questions that I'd love to ask you here.
Okay.
Your beautiful catchphrase, say yes to life and life will say yes to you. When did you discover these poetic words? So I know there's a long history there, but the phrase itself, when did you come up with that phrase?
I think it has been in the year 2022 and 2023, because the reason was I ever had the wish to do a speech about the importance of the word yes. Because nearly 30 years ago, I have seen a German actor who demonstrated 20 ways to say the word yes. Like, yes, yes, yes. And that impressed me. And I thought about that topic and I recognized this is the word of your life. So do a speech about it. And it started with a contest speech for the international contest. I reached second place on district conference in 2023 in Aarhus, Denmark. And I transformed it into a TEDx speech last year.
Wonderful. And that leads me to my second question, Lutz, which is, how did giving a TED speech compared to some of your more advanced Toastmasters speeches?
I think it's a relationship between both elements. I was very glad to be a Toastmaster when I came on TEDx stage, because I've learned so many things about Toastmasters, how to move on stage, how to structure a speech, also some more details about body language, because I grew up in a world of sounds. So vocal variety I learned very early, but I had the problem of the eyes, so I had to learn new body language. And Toastmaster and the members of Toastmaster have been wonderful teachers.
Yes. That's fantastic. Wow. So truly an extraordinary story. And I do encourage those watching to go to your TEDx speech that's online and to learn more, to watch the whole, I guess, was it 18 minutes, 20 minutes as per normal?
I think 16 minutes about 16
beautiful,
minutes.
Beautiful. So the full speech. And obviously, if you're a club member with you, Lutz, then you get to have all the benefits in person. So thank you for being our first inspirational message on our Region 10 Live News. And we hope to stay connected with you throughout our series. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. And let me say that you're doing a great show. I've also watched the pilot of this show, and it was a pleasure being your guest here. Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Lutz. So let's move on now to a message from our Region 10 advisor, Lillian Schaaf-de-Koller, who's traveling all around the region. And so we've got a few more highlights now from District 91. And my apologies there. I said 91 when I meant District 95. So you see there, Lillian participating in the district officer training. So for those who may be newer members watching this is district officer training that happens where all of the new district officers are brought in, trained, and given guidance as to how their Toastmasters year will proceed. And then you saw there also an open house that Lillian was attending that was in Berlin. So I do hope that that open house creates some momentum and some success, and perhaps we'll see a newly chartered club coming out of there soon. So thank you, Lillian, for those adventures and for continuing to support our Region 10 Live News with these video updates that are happening for you. We'd now like to launch another special segment, a cultural segment, and we invite our project leader, Paula Perina, to say a few more words about that.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Our Region 10 is so diverse with members coming from so many unique places. Have you ever wondered what it is like to live in their corner of the world? Well, now it is your chance to find out. I am thrilled to announce a brand new segment to our live news. It is called Postcards from Region 10. Each postcard is going to be a small glimpse into the culture, the food, the life, the stories, the folklore, and the events that happen in our members' communities. It is our chance to travel across borders, to travel across Region 10 and build bridges of communication and culture. To kick things off, we are starting today with an exciting postcard from Munich, Germany, in District 95. So get comfortable and let's enjoy together the very first postcard from Region 10.
Oktoberfest, known locally as the Wiesn, is the world's largest Volksfest, part beer festival, part fun fair. Each year it transforms Munich's Theresienwiese into a playground the size of 60 soccer fields. For 16 days straight, millions gather to celebrate with rides, music, and of course, beer. It all began in 1810.
A long time ago, back in 1810, Crown Prince Ludwig married Princess Therese. In honor of their marriage, the city organized a celebration on a meadow outside of the city. They later called that meadow Theresienwiese, or Therese's Meadow. 200 years later, this celebration has turned into the Munich Oktoberfest.
Now the traditions are iconic. The mayor of Munich taps the first keg in the Schottenhamel tent, declaring, "Oh, zapft, it's tapped." Only Munich brewed beer is poured, inside giant tents that each hold up to 10,000 people. In 2023 alone, 7 million visitors drank more than 7.4 million litres of beer.
Chers amis Toastmasters, bonsoir.
Servus, I'm Willie from Effective Communicators. We meet on Sundays right here in Munich, and right now I'm going to celebrate.
Servus! We're Bamberg Toastmasters. Spreechcraft?
Or craft beer.
Which type are you?
Visit us and find out. Prost!
Prost!
Wow, fantastic there. You can really feel the spirit of Oktoberfest coming through. And a special thanks to all those who have contributed to this cultural moment. We had our narrator there, Jeffrey Linnes from Melangen Toastmasters. The history storyteller was Jason Franklin from the Municher Brainstormers and Munich Business Speakers. And our 4 clubs that were involved there, very much showing off their spirit and their beer drinking. The Francophile Munich Toastmasters, the Effective Communicators Toastmasters, Norris Toastmasters Nuremberg, and the Bamberg Toastmasters. And a special thanks to Paula Perina for the video and the editing there that came through as well. So really fantastic. And if you have another cultural event that's coming up in your region, then please do get in touch with us. You'll see there the QR code on screen, which will link you to us, where you can tell us more about your event. And like you just saw, you might be able to put together some nice clips and music and so forth that can really bring the charm of your culture to Region 10. Let's now move to our guest interview spot, and I'd like to introduce our first interviewer tonight for Region 10 Live News, Kevin O'Reilly. Kevin is a successful TEDx speaker and coach, as well as the host of 2 acclaimed podcasts, My Worst Interview Ever and My Worst Day Ever. And through his business, the Thrive Now Group, he coaches businesses to launch and scale and helps leaders to move into their dream roles. He is currently the Club Growth Director for District 71 and is based in Bangor near Belfast in Northern Ireland. Let's now hear from Olga, our content editor, who will introduce our guest segment and also remind us about what Kevin got up to at the convention.
Dear fellow Toastmasters of Region 10, we are many cultures and one community. We bridge experiences, disciplines, and perspectives. We turn the craft of managing diversity into shared know-how. In that spirit, we, Region 10 Live News, are introducing a new segment of our episodes, Interviews. This segment will spotlight cross-cultural collaboration in action. In each installment, guests will share concise stories, concrete practices, and lessons learned that others can adopt in their clubs and communities. Today, we start our first interview hosted by the Club Growth Director of District 71, Kevin O'Reilly, who highlights how the spirit of the Toastmasters International Convention still helps members till now. Join us, share your takeaways in the comments, and nominate a guest or a story for the next interview segment.
What I like about the convention is the connectivity, the learning, and above all, the people. You keep coming back to these conventions and there's lots of learnings, lots of Toastmasters from around the world. The energy is something that can carry you for more than a year.
Then what are 3 words you would use to describe the conference?
I would say it's energetic, it's powerful, and it's entertaining.
Amazing, tiring, and fun.
Our members, our trainers, our senior leaders, all of them amazing.
Safe, opportunities, and enjoyment.
Connectivity, history, and the future.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to be talking about the Toastmasters Annual International Convention that this year was held in Philadelphia in the US at the beginning of August. And to help me do this, I have 2 very special guests with me tonight who were at the convention. So let me introduce you to Adriana Curtiglo. Adriana is a dynamic leader, economist, and entrepreneur whose Toastmaster journey began in Romania in 2016, rising through every major leadership role to serve as District 110 Director. She embodies resilience, service, and vision, empowering others to grow through communication, leadership, and community impact. And alongside her, we have Gustav Winberg. Gustav is a passionate Toastmaster leader from District 95 who believes in the power of perseverance. With 8 years of dedicated service, including roles as Area Director, Division Director, and now Club Growth Director, Gustav thrives on challenges, proving that growth begins when we step outside our comfort zone. Both of you are very, very welcome tonight, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening.
Thank you, Kevin.
My pleasure. There's one thing I noticed about the convention as a first-timer. It was the friendliness, the helpfulness, and the willingness of all the Toastmasters from around the world to support, to chat, to give best practice. I'll give you an example of this. It nearly took me 2 hours to go 50 feet from my seat to the bathroom because I met so many people on the way. And I talked to so many people. I received over 80 business cards and invitations to come and stay in countries I've never even heard of. Did any of that happened to you? Adriana, can I start with you first?
Yeah, thank you so much. First time when I was in Nashville, when I was a club growth director, I was shocked. Oh my God, so many people around me. And yes, everybody hug you. Everybody want to talk with you. Everybody want to explain and to stay and spoke about the experience. So yes, it's fantastic. It's magic to be in the convention. Like you are also in the division contest. Think you will find there more than 100 people which they enjoy and embrace your you are part in the family. That it was a great experience, and special when I met the president of Toastmasters International, which he called me by name, and I was shocked. I don't have any badge. How he knows me? And that it's a secret I will tell you later.
He's a very tall man, isn't he? He's a very tall man. Gustav, what about yourself? What was your experience? Was it anything similar to my own and to Adriana's?
Yes, it was incredible to meet so many members from outside of my district. It was the first time that I attended a training that was on world level. I've only attended at district level. And unfortunately, I could not attend the convention. I was there only for the training. And on Wednesday, I got the opportunity to interview some of the candidates for the international board. But it was worth it. And it was just amazing to meet hundreds of people from all over the world. And you really felt like you were a part of something bigger. And as you said, or one of the biggest challenges was if you needed to go to the bathroom, because there were so many people that you that you were talking to, but you just had to be focused and go.
Indeed. Adriana, if I could bring you back on again, what has changed for you since returning from the convention?
What is the sense of the returning? That was the question. Sorry.
No. What has changed for you as a district leader, or as a past district leader, for you going back into the Toastmaster world? Has it improved you as a person and bringing you some tools that you can put back in to your Toastmaster clubs?
I think I'm addicted about Toastmasters. And this kind of events, it give you a new, it's a new blood, new knowledge, and also you take some experience and bring back into your division and your district and your club. So that it's impressive to go there to take all this kind of energy and also about many new rules about Toastmasters meetings, about what is the contest, or everything which is new, and also the special about the election. That is also fantastic to learn and to bring back to your club to understand what is going on. Because sometimes what I found many years before to go to this kind of convention, I found people, they don't know even who is the president of Toastmasters or who are the leaders. This is very important for me to start also to bring this all knowledge back to club, back to area, to know everybody who are our leaders.
Yeah. It's a very poignant point, actually. Yeah. And I think Lillian summed it up quite well when she says it's quite exhausting. Convention is quite exhausting, but you have given it a different sort of viewpoint. And I agree with you both, actually, that convention for me was 14-hour days, 16-hour days, some of them very full on, but really energizing. I left with a different energy than what I arrived with, and a different knowledge set and skills than what I arrived with. And I was really, really thankful for it, because it's almost like that a baptism under fire as such. And being able to bring that back to your own district and your own clubs and your own members, it's a huge benefit to everybody. Gustav, could I ask the same question as well, please? So what has changed for you since returning back from the convention?
One of the big changes is I got to hear from so many other club growth directors and how they do things. Another thing, I didn't even think it was possible to even be more motivated, but now that I feel like that I'm even a big part of the bigger organization, I feel even more motivated to start new clubs, and I'm just taking all the learnings to also give back to my district, so that we can hopefully become distinguished again, which we haven't achieved since 2019, 2020.
Excellent. It's a really good target to have, Gustav, and I wish you all the very best with that.
Thank you.
And meeting all of your other club growth directors, as did I, was definitely inspirational, because you don't know what you don't know. And just asking questions and feeling comfortable in a sort of psychologically safe space to be able to ask questions that you think might be a bit silly felt great. And especially because when you put your hand up and asked a question, maybe 10 other people in the room went, I was thinking exactly the same thing. And it was absolutely fantastic. And it helped me feel really connected to everybody. And Adriana, if I was to ask you for a feeling of how the convention helped you feel, what word would you use?
It's about Philadelphia. Wow, it's like it was the cherry of the cake, because I was club growth director, and my first experience, it was like, oh my God, people, they are speaking English, but I don't understand nothing what they are talking about. And I say, oh my God, I have to listen more to understand what it's meaning, how to be a club growth director well, and to understand how to do it. And it was, it's a lot of information, and I was, oh my God, I cannot do it. I have to do this and how I call this. And after I come back, I understand. And also my mentors, they work with me, and I put a lot of questions, and I understand the system. Of course, in the second convention, when I was PQD, of course, I have already some experience, and I put more information, CGD, PQD, and DD. Now I was little outside. I enjoyed the convention full of days. Of course, I was in the team for the candidates, and I worked 2 days. It was super hard, but it's deserved to do it. And its experience year by year, it's a growing. It's you grow and learn, and it's not and never ever. I think all of life we are learning, and this experience you cannot compare with nothing. Of course, you can take all the information, all the feelings, give to back, and empower people to do the same, because this is the role our like a leader, to grow another leaders in the back. So this is my mission, to help them, to push them little, to understand, to go and to take the chance, because yes, it's lovely to become leader and also to be CGD, PQD, and be there. And it's fantastic, and you have everywhere in the world to call somebody, to give information, to help you, and also connection, networking, meetings everywhere, can bring people from that part of the world, and in your events, and grow the quality of the knowledge and also the event.
Oh, thank you very much. That was very, very thoughtful and well put. Thank you. Now, we're going to move on just slightly to a different question, because when I went to convention, I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to one before. I didn't know what to pack. I didn't know if I was going to pack for winter or summer. I didn't know. So, Gustav, this was your first time, but Adriana, this was not. So what I want to ask from you both is, the next time that you're going to the convention, what's the 3 things that you must pack in your convention suitcase? I know for me, sun cream, a hat, and a coat, because I didn't bring any of that. So Adriana, what 3 things?
2 things. So hard question. First, of course, sunny cream, because we need it. Sometimes it's a special time where we can go to enjoy. good shoes because I love to walk and to stay there and to enjoy, because also after party I go another party which we stay until 5 o'clock in the morning in the lobby on the hotel.
Adriana, don't be telling anybody. Don't be telling anybody. That's Toastmaster secrets.
Toastmaster secrets, and of course a lot of small things to remember, because it's we change some small things about our country or about our districts, and it's so nice to have some things which you remember about that person, the district team or something, and it's lovely because when you come back you remember, and you will have a lot of people networking.
I received lots and lots of gifts, which I thought was a really nice touch throughout. Adriana, thank you very much for that. Gustav, could I ask what your three must brings to the convention next year?
I would bring additional shoes. I only brought one pair of shoes, and they were formal shoes.
Okay.
I won't do that mistake again. The second thing is to bring an adapter. I bought one, and it was quite expensive. And the third thing is I would bring cash, but I wouldn't put it in my suitcase because then maybe security would stop me. I would, of course, only put it in my wallet. But I think it's important to always have cash, especially if you're going to the US, which you won't be next year. But I still think it's good.
Yes, I would agree with everything that the both of you have said. And I was really surprised and shocked how unprepared I was when I arrived. Folks, that is us pretty much done. I really appreciate just both coming on this evening, taking the time out of your very busy days to share with everybody in Region 10 all about your convention. And I hope to see you again next year at the convention in Toronto.
Of course, it's in my blood. Here, we have to be there. And guys, come there. Let's go and to be more and more fun. More learning, more growth. Thank you.
Exactly what she said.
And I hope to see you before, Kevin, at the training in January.
Indeed. Most definitely be there. Thank you, Gustav. Now I'd like to welcome David back and hand back control of tonight's show.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kevin, for being our first guest interviewer. And Kevin, I wanted to say thank you there, and certainly three things to bring. I love that moment that we've shared in there. And you don't know what you don't know. So some great advice there from Kevin. And we really thank you, Kevin, for your contribution tonight, and hope to see more of your face and hear your voice throughout this series as well. So let's end tonight's episode with some weather around Region 10. And when I was researching the weather, I've picked a handful of cities where we have clubs, and I'd like to share over the next week some sort of more comical moments, you might say. So in Porto, Portugal, on Monday, it's sunny and pleasant, 26 degrees. So in Paris, in France, on Tuesday, there's a blend of sun and cloud. So watch out for that special blend. In London, the UK, on Wednesday, they have low clouds. So don't bump into those clouds if they're low, 16 degrees. In Dublin, Ireland, on Thursday, it's partly sunny. So I don't know what the rest of the day is going to be, but just part of the day will be sunny, 15 degrees. In Oslo, Norway, on Tuesday, it's sunny later. So maybe don't get out early, get out a little bit later, and it will be 15 degrees. In Rome, Italy, on Wednesday, the forecast told me beautiful. So Bella Roma, wonderful, 23 degrees. In Tunis, Tunisia, on Wednesday, thunderstorms in spots. So hopefully you're not in the spot of the thunderstorm, 27 degrees. In Athens, Greece, on Wednesday, there are showers in the afternoon. So if you don't want to shower in the afternoon, have a shower in the morning, 22 degrees. In Bucharest, Romania, on Tuesday, there are morning showers and 13 degrees. So maybe get out in the afternoon. And finally, in Warsaw, Poland, on Wednesday, there are sunny intervals. So hopefully you can get an interval of sun, only 11 degrees there in Warsaw. So that's our weather across Region 10 over the next week or so. And I'd like to thank everyone who's contributed to tonight's episode. It's really been a pleasure. We have Joe and Paula backstage as well. So thank you for your efforts in getting everything lined up and prepared for tonight's episode. Our next episode will be on October 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, Central European summertime, we might say, although I think we're approaching that time where we remove the S from the CEST. So thank you to all of those who have watched live and who have been supporting us with comments. Thank you very much to those who have watched afterwards. We appreciate your bell to subscribe, liking what we're doing and sharing it. The word of mouth can spread, as Lutz is doing with his clubs, as Kevin is doing and others involved in this project. But let's make it a bigger Region 10 live news and go from moment to make things better. So I wish you all a wonderful week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time on October 26th.